If you've been listening to me for some weeks, you will hear me mention the fact that Denmark is also going to be strict this year. There are a lot of laws. They want to stop family reunion in Denmark, and they want to reduce the rate at which international students are moving to this country to study, because they said most people coming at the end of the day, they don't want to go to school. You all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. So I'm going to be talking about some countries that you should pay attention to. Like if you want to move to Europe this year, you should pay attention to these countries I'm going to talk about now, because there is a lot you need to know. This video is not going to be edited, and I just want to put the material here. Please, if you are looking forward to migrate next year, you need to know what you are doing. You need to put things together. Okay, if you want to book a call with me, the link is below in my bio, in the video description box. And again, to people who are saying they do not have enough money, to those who want to migrate to maybe countries that they cannot afford, let me just share the information. And before we proceed, someone got a visa yesterday to Bulgaria, and this is a Cameroonian, okay? It's not a Nigerian. So, like you guys already know, Nigerians cannot apply for Bulgaria. Well, it's not like they cannot apply, because this is a new semester starting. Of course, I am aware of everything that has been happening. And for Cameroonians, it doesn't affect them. I said this thing long time ago, though some of you wanted to argue, but which is fine. Then somebody also would be moving to the Netherlands February. The school already did his visa application. Then somebody also got a visa to Denmark. It's not been long. However, let's go forward. If you want to move to Poland this year I mean 2026, okay, as a student from West Africa, as a student from Central Africa, I will not advise you to apply to Poland. However, you can just apply. The laws have changed. Make sure you read the laws, the new changes. I'm going to talk about that later. Then also understand that if you are moving to Poland, appointments is so difficult for us from Central and West Africa. But for people in North Africa, it's really easy. Those of you around South Africa, Zimbabwe, it's easy for you guys. So you guys can take it. Now, if you are moving to Portugal this year, understand that the laws have also changed in Portugal as I'm talking to you. However, I will not really advise couples who are, or like people who are already married, to really choose Portugal. I will advise you rather to step up your budget and look for a higher economy. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because you have a family, right? You already are a family. Like if you are a woman and you have a husband, or a man, you have a woman and children, to be precise, you already have a responsibility to cater for either or one or two persons, right? So you need to be going to a place where even if you work for 1 week or 2 weeks, you can be able to fit, right? It's important for you to always think about this. It's not just about moving. And again, ask yourself, why am I moving in the first place? You need to know why you are moving. Because I watched a video yesterday, someone was saying documents to get documents in Greece is difficult. And I asked a question under the post, which method did the person use to enter Greece? You cannot go to Greece through Aduro and expect to get documents easily. No. But if you go to any country as a student, there is a process, there is a procedure you can follow. Like here in the Netherlands, when you finish your program, you can now apply for job search visa. From there, you get a permanent job contract. From there, apply for PR or citizenship. This is the process. And for Portugal, a passport has been increased to 10 years, guys. Like I said, check the options and you are going to see exactly what you are going to be doing. It's important for you to note. Now, let me talk about this other country. The next one I want to talk about is Romania. Most of you, before I go to Romania, there is something I forgot. Most of you do not know that you need to do what we call legalization. There is a process called legalization. Austria do this, Portugal do this. You have to go through appointments. This is for those of you who are new. Okay. Now, if you are doing the same thing for Romania, then you should also remember that Romania also entails that procedure. And the way admissions for Romania is, it's not like in other European countries. You have to go through their government. Like admissions is going to be approved by the Foreign Affairs Ministry, Ministry of Education for Romania. But again, is Romania a better option? Yes, it's a better option. But if you have more money, go to a more advanced country, right? But Romania is a stepping stone. Like I told you, someone got a visa to go to Bulgaria. That visa came yesterday, the day after yesterday. So please do not give up on your dream of moving abroad. Always understand that obstacles will come in. If you already have like 6,000 euros, 7,000 euros, you can move. You just need to be strategic, look at where you can go. If you cannot do this process, because here I talk to you people on how to apply yourselves, there are a lot of videos on this channel. If you can't do it, look for someone who has the mastery, who can actually do it. It must not be Milton, okay? I don't even have time for certain things, though I do for others. And again, look at a country like Slovakia. To those of you who are on a budget, tight budget, okay, our advice, rather than staying in maybe Cameroon or Nigeria now, these are the options I know. These are the countries I know because I've been there. So I actually know what is happening. Rather than staying back home, I would advise you go to Slovakia. Now, if you want to go to Slovakia, understand that some schools are going to be opening soon for next year's intake, and you also need to do this notification, either legalization procedure. And Slovakia is relatively cheap. There are schools you can get for 2,000 euros, and then their proof of funds is now up to 7,500. So I think it's a better country you should take if your budget is tight. Okay, then there is another one, Slovenia, almost the same process. Then let me talk about Spain. Spain, one problem with Spain now is that the process is daunting. And understand that to those of you who are choosing heavy programs and you intend to move to Spain, note that if you apply to a certain, I got a student who said he applied for a program and the tuition is about 10,000, I think 11,000 euros. Then he was asked to pay half by the school to apply for visa, which he did. But upon reaching the embassy said he should pay the complete money, which he doesn't have it. And he's been thinking if he paid the complete money, they will give him a visa. This is from Cameroon. And presently, as I'm talking to you, I also have somebody who applied already. We are waiting for feedback. Now, this person was actually the one who worked on the documents for Spain. So, if you want to study in Spain, understand that most programs in Spain, bachelor's, master's, especially bachelor's degree programs, they are in Spanish, and some are in Spanish and English. I have a lot of videos I did before, and the process is daunting. You have to go front and back with legalization at up to the Spanish embassy's level, and then tuition fee is also another thing. And so, if you are looking for programs in English, I would advise you look at public schools and private schools, because most public schools they will not have English taught programs. Even at that, even if they do, it will be mixed. Okay, so you should know that. Then for Sweden, Sweden is open now. I did a video which you are going to watch very soon, so I'm not going to explain more on this. And also understand that if you want to move to Sweden, tuition is very expensive. You have to pay per semester. And check the other videos I did already about the relocation, what you should expect, and more. Then, if you want to move to a country like Denmark, let's see. For Denmark, I told you people that you do not need anything like proof of funds, right? And that is the absolute truth. You do not need proof of funds to study in Denmark after you've already paid your tuition fee for one academic year. That is all you need to do. So, if you are targeting Denmark, go get your IELTS. Most of you are telling me you do not have IELTS. You would be limited. That is the fact. People will take the IELTS exam and get admission over you. So, get your IELTS, apply to Luxembourg, apply to Iceland, apply to Bulgaria, apply to Czech Republic, apply to Denmark, apply to Estonia, apply to Finland, France. Just apply. But before you do the application, ask yourself, why do I want to move? Then another thing I want to clear here is Finland. Finland is going to be opening its doors January 2026. That is when admissions for the joint application usually starts. Now, remember, last year I had some students who applied to Finland and they were all rejected. All of them had a GPA of 3.1 and above or above. I don't want to give the specific number, but they were rejected on the grounds that some said their qualifications were weak. Some said they do not need many students. So, competition, let me put it this way, competition. So, if you are applying and preparing to apply to Finland next year, understand that you can apply without IELTS. There are universities that can take your admissions without that. But Applied Sciences will not take your admissions without you having IELTS. They are very strict on that. As a matter of fact, they have a portal, a space where you are going to do that. You are going to insert that information. So please listen to this. It's very important that you always remember these details. And for Germany, you must do a blocked account or affidavit. You cannot escape it. Or the only way to escape is to get a fully funded scholarship. So that is what you should know. Then let's take a look at a country like Lithuania. I already talked more about Lithuania and the Netherlands. I also discussed about Luxembourg. Remember, those of you looking at Luxembourg, they only have two bachelor's programs in English. Then, if you are also looking at maybe a country like I said, Italy, Italy is also an option. Most of the schools are opening soon. So, if you want to migrate to Italy, you should also be looking at this month or next month. Most schools are going to be opening very soon for Italy. Now, before applying to Italy, make sure you think about your budget. It's important. And there are certain programs you cannot get in Italy, like those nursing and stuff. Nursing in Europe is even scarce in English. Yeah, if you're looking at nursing, you should be looking at Finland, you should be looking at Malta, you should be looking at the UK, then Ireland. I mean, in English language. Then you should also be looking at universities in Lithuania and Hungary. So I think this is all you need. I'm going to bring more details later on, and hopefully we talk more again from here. Bye bye for now.